Susan Fuldauer is our agent of record through American Income Life. We got to reach on some of these musical intros. You know, they don't have a lot of songs about some of these subjects, so we have to stretch it a little bit. American Income Life is who provides our accidental death and dismemberment policy. That is a membership benefit at no cost to our organization or to our members. It is exactly what it says. It's a policy that covers in the event of accidental death. So if you have a disease or die of natural causes, it's not going to cover you. But if you're dismembered or killed in an accident, there's a coverage. Years ago, that was about $1,000, which again, for nothing, isn't bad. It's a little extra help in the time of need to help your family at least cover some funeral expenses and burial costs. In the recent past, that has been increased to $2,000. Just now, and I think that this will appear in the Hoosier Motorcyclist that you're getting in the mail right about now. What was it November? All the days run together. You may have read, if you read that publication, Hoosier Motorcyclist, it was just increased to $2,500. So it's at $25,000, and Susan tells me there may be a subsequent increase in the not-too-distant future, perhaps $3,000. So as a no-cost membership benefit, that's pretty cool. Regrettably, and it's something we don't like to talk about, it's uncomfortable, these things happen to our people and their families. And when it does, as we mentioned, it's not a lot of money, but at that time, it can be a big difference between, you know, surviving and covering some funeral costs or some subsequent costs that arose in the losing of this person, and maybe going into bankruptcy. So it's a really vital, helpful boost to those people in their times of need. And regrettably, at $2,000 this year, I think that American Income Life is just short of 6 figures paid out to ABATE of Indiana members. So it's almost $100,000. Divide that by $2,000, that's about 50 people we've lost that they've made good on. So, and that doesn't cost us, it doesn't cost you as a member. I'm not going to piss on your shoes and tell you it's raining. They're in the business to make money, okay? So when you fill out the beneficiary card and send it to them, they'll call you and they'll offer to set up an appointment and they'll make you aware of some of their products. And some of you may have interest in their products. As we said about insurance, nobody really likes it, but when you need it, you need it. You want somebody that's going to take care of you. At least they are conscious of the needs of our members. They support the organization. If you're going to buy it from somebody, you might as well buy it from one of our friends. If you don't want it, decline that and tell them, no, thank you. And they have been instructed not to be hard sell. And once or twice a year, we'll get a call from a member that didn't really like the way the salesperson came on and thought they were pretty pushy and aggressive. We talked to Susan at American Income Life, and they immediately take care of that. So it's not really, there's nothing hidden here. They're not making you do any of that, but they certainly will offer it to you. They'll call you. They may call you twice. They won't call you beyond that. And if there is an issue, let us know so we can let Susan know and she'll address that. But it's an invaluable benefit, considering it costs nothing to the organization or to the member, especially if we're looking at that increase of perhaps as much as $3,000 coverage on an incident. Yes?
Jace, how often do you fill this paperwork out? We continue to get a new one every year.
Annually. They do it annually. And what they claim, and this may be a little bit of a sales tactic, I don't know. Don't take this anywhere, okay? You taping, Mike? You'll edit this part out. We're not really, we would encourage you to go ahead and respond with that beneficiary statement once a year. Did that address your question? Then annually is when they do that.
Who do we contact? Is it Deb who contacts you? When you get this back, which we've done this, there's no policy number on it and there's nothing on it, so who do we contact?
You can contact the office. What usually happens is you contact the office and we put Susan in touch with the person affected. She'll have us check their membership to make sure that, as I said, it was a member in good standing. And then if they have a beneficiary statement on file, they'll award that benefit to the beneficiary. If not, they'll wait for someone to come forth requesting that. And as I said, a few times there's been a little bit of a struggle. Regrettably, we had a good friend in Region 3 that we lost, and his mother and his father got into an argument over it, and the person who he had lived with for the last 5 or 6 years of his life got shut out altogether. And that's unfortunate because I don't think he would have wanted it that way. Yes?
How come if you need the little beneficiary things, they only send one?
It's because that's the way it's in our computer. If you're a joint member, if you're a couple membership, the reason we're able to offer you a discount on a couple membership is because we save the postage and the printing cost on Hoosier Motorcyclist. So my wife and I don't each get Hoosier Motorcyclist. We don't have to pay to print to them. We don't have to pay to mail to them in my house. That's how we save the money on the joint membership, the couple membership. In doing that, our computer prints out the first name, and that's the way that American Income Life is fed that information from us. Because when you get those mailings, we do not release, and I get a couple of calls or emails every time this happens, how dare you sell my information. We are extremely protective of our membership base. The database never leaves our office. We do not allow other folks to have access to that. What happens is American Income Life pays to have us have the mailing performed. So we don't just give them a disc or the membership list. It never leaves our possession. It's always controlled. Mark is very conscious of that. So it's actually mailing through our office from our database, and the couple membership, that's ways that it only comes out once. What you do, though, is you can either write it on a separate piece of paper, you can write your name underneath there when you respond it back. It's just the way it gets sent out based on the computer system. Sorry about that. It's a little bit of an oversight. I don't know if that can be addressed or not, Mark, but maybe we can in the future. But don't hesitate just to put an additional, like even an index card or something with the second member's information and beneficiary statement on there. Send it back the same way. Or request another one or make a photocopy. Any of those are admissible. It's just the way it gets sent out in the mailing. Further questions about the AD&D policy?